The 2018 heroes performed a wide array of feats, rescuing residents on their routes from fires or crimes, stopping a runaway Jeep, using their foreign language knowledge to save folks, and helping the elderly with medical issues. And while their actions differed, they stem from the same factors that I think we're all familiar with, which is the knowledge of the neighborhood, commitment of the well-being of the residents, awareness of the surroundings, and a readiness to act when necessary, whatever the dangers might be. Every day, letter carriers help people who need help, sometimes at great personal risk. Maybe they spot warning signs that an elderly person is in distress. They investigate and they act quickly. Perhaps they pull a child from a car wreck, or they improve the quality of life of someone on their route. To be honest, when I heard this story, or when you read the story, you wonder how one person had the will, the energy, and the know-how to do so much. And the fact that the person who did it is a new CCA, was a CCA in her first few weeks, left me shaking my head. So let's get to the story. As we all know, Hurricane Harvey delivered a historic blow in August 2017 to the Gulf Coast of Texas, and in particular to Houston, which is the nation's fourth largest city. The record rainfall produced unparalleled flooding, leaving houses completely submerged. The Postal Service had to completely shut down the Houston district. Excuse me. With all of 90 days delivering the mail behind her, Ebony sprang into action. An Afghan War Army veteran, she was unable to directly undertake rescue operations initially because the Army reserves had yet to be activated. So on her own, using contacts she had with the civilian volunteers who form the Cajun Navy and the Texas Navy, she arranged rescues by boat or helicopter of co-workers threatened in their homes by the raging waters. She found their contact information on social media. It started expanding from there because there was such a need, Ebony said. On her own time and initiative, she coordinated dozens of rescues in the region. One person she rescued was letter carrier Sonia Ashworth of Branch 1179, who didn't know whether she'd survive the flood enveloping her Port Arthur house. I was trying to figure out how to get my 3 kids home and my 2 big dogs to safety, Sister Ashworth, a 17-year carrier, said. Her husband was out of town. The water was rising, and she knew for safety reasons she'd soon have to turn off the electricity. What do I do, she wondered. The kids are calm. I can't let them see me blink. Unexpectedly, she received a text from a young coworker checking on her. I said, "We're okay." She said, "No, I'm going to send you a boat." The boat arrived at her front door and brought the family to a drop-off area. She and her children waited at the area, trying to figure out their next move. As it got dark and the rain resumed, the co-worker, Ebony, called to tell Sonia, "I'm coming to get you." As Sonia described it, in her little car, she piled me, my 3 kids, our 2 big dogs, her and her daughter. Ebony then arranged for an Army truck to transport the family to a church shelter. Now, once the Army reserves were activated, Ebony engaged directly in rescues, plunging into deep water to save residents, or rescuing them from rooftops. In her spare time, she led a clothing drive, first for letter carriers and then for the public. She brought food to shelters and performed her Army Reserve's duties, all while delivering the mail. Several days in a row, she would finish her route and then spend the night doing reserve work before reporting the next morning to her post office. She also helped customers on her route. Once, speaking to a postal record reporter, the line suddenly went dead. When contact was reestablished hours later, she explained that she had been delivering mail to an elderly woman and had asked the resident why, unlike all the other neighbors, her front yard contained no damaged furniture. The resident said that she lived alone and was unable to clear her house. Ebony promptly got on her phone and located a college volunteer group that agreed to meet Ebony that weekend at the woman's house and to do the work. So how did she summon the energy for the 24-hour back-to-back-to-back days? She said she encountered fatigue by drinking lots of water. Good idea. A tactic that she said she learned when she was deployed in Afghanistan. I'm just doing what any human being would do in this situation. Right. The concept of service, she says, originally led her to the military and then to the uniform that she now wears. I feel like I was put on this earth to serve and help people, Ebony said. This award is humbling, and I'm very grateful. But as the judges put it, she used many pathways, including the use of her contacts to coordinate rescues. She did everything she could think of to help. They used words like incredible and resourceful, persistent and creative. My reaction, just wow, amazing. Ebony, I'm truly proud to present you with the award as the 2018 National Humanitarian of the Year.
Thank you. I would like to thank everybody, as my fellow veterans would say, who we as human beings tend to forget or tend to bypass and dismiss a lot of things that are going on around us. And when you're in the middle of devastation and you're in the middle of turmoil and you see a city that you work in, you see a city that you live in, and you watch the devastation and you watch the utter defeat of some people that just give up, your only reaction is to jump in and help. It's what you can do and what you're capable of. And I'm pretty sure anybody in this room would have done the same thing that I've done. I'm a city carrier, a letter carrier, I'm a mom, I'm a soldier, and I'm a human being, and I have a heart. So all I did was reach out using my heart and do what I could do. I don't have much, I don't make much, but I did what I could do. And I want to thank everybody, Mr. Dine especially, because he knows that I told him specifically that I would only do the interview and that would be it, but it kind of rolled downhill from there. So I want to thank everybody that felt that I was deserving of this award. I'm truly appreciative and I'm humbled by this, and to my fellow heroes, thank you as well. You guys did an awesome job, and I know he's telling the stories, but these stories are so magnificent when you hear it from the actual people and you hear their courage and you hear what they've actually done. I feel like what I did was not enough compared to some of the stories that I've heard, but I do want to thank you, and I'm truly appreciative.
And I think your president said it best. You do more than deliver mail. You represent the Postal Service. You care about your community. You live in these communities. And your selfless acts, your humanitarian efforts, deserve this recognition. So I want to thank you on behalf of the Postal Service for your contributions to our society, to your neighbor. Know that you make a difference.